In 1837, the Georgia Lunatic Asylum was approved, and just 5 years later, it was built. It was later renamed to Central State Hospital. Its first patient was a 30-year-old farmer from Macon, Georgia named Tillman Barnett. In early 1842, his wife and family brought him to this facility. He later died that summer due to what was called maniacal exhaustion. He would be the first of many casualties that happened on this property, some in ways that were absolutely awful. The history of this place is very similar to other asylums that you've heard of across the country. Central State primarily served as a free roam facility. It held a lot of veterans, black patients who were segregated into the 1940s, and plenty of people who did not need to be there. By the mid-1900s, it was the largest asylum in the entire United States. It was home to over 12,000 patients. It had its own law enforcement and first responders. It had a church, school, and its own power and water. Unfortunately, thousands of patients were sent here with no real mental illnesses. Simply put, Central State became a place of fear. People still tell stories to this day about their family members and themselves being threatened to be sent here. At one point, the patient-doctor ratio was 100 to 1, sometimes even being over 300 to 1. Patients here suffered excruciating and inhumane experiments. This included electroshock therapy, hydrotherapy, lobotomies, and insulin shock. Some children lived in metal cages. Adults often had to take steam baths or cold showers. In 1959, the Atlanta Constitution's Jack Nelson discovered that 48 patients were also serving as doctors. Despite some of them being former patients, staff changes were made immediately. In the 1960s, new medicines and techniques came out. This began the exodus of patients leaving Central State. This was a place that once had over 200 buildings and occupied over tens of thousands of acres. What's almost unbelievable is that over 20,000 graves sit on this property alone. And it's in the buildings and on the property that people have also reported apparitions. Some that look like former patients, former staff, and soldiers. People have also reported disembodied footsteps and voices. There are some that claim that they've even had the feeling of being touched. What's most important is that we look at these apparitions in context of what happened here, specifically the former patients. With so many people being there, many who did not need to be there, maybe they're just trying to have their story told just one more time. And hopefully we can find some empathy and understanding and do just that, tell their story.